So a pleasure to be with you, Miss Simone Smith. Absolutely. Talk to us about how important this line is to you and just what it represents just in terms of what an accomplishment.
I mean, well, first of all, I started my line I launched it in 2011, but you know, there was a void in the marketplace. You couldn't find really good big hoop earrings. I grew up in New York.
Right, same.
1987, I met my husband. He bought me my first pair of door knocker earrings, and I've been addicted ever since. And it was just like my goal, and it was really my goal to just be a designer that just creates amazing hoop earrings for women that are big. You know, I have all sizes, but I really could not find big hoop earrings, and that was my goal to do that. And then and then I also launched my lollipop. I'm not wearing it right now, but I'm a 19-year cancer survivor. And we call it a sweet touch of hope. It's a lollipop. It has the candy. You know, the candy represents how sweet life is. The bite represents what cancer does to a person. And then in the bite is my logo, which just represents of me just, you know, being well, staying well, and just living life, you know, just living my best life.
Sure. I want to squeeze in one more question because you've been such an outspoken candidate for the American Cancer Society. Talk to us about how important it is for us to get out, get tested, and just not be afraid.
Let me tell you something. Early detection is the best, period. If you're not feeling good, if you think something is wrong, don't be afraid to go to the doctor, because a lot of people are afraid to go to the doctor. But that's how I detected it. I got my legs waxed for the first time, noticed a little knot on my shin, and maybe about a month later, I was walked into a wastebasket and hit that spot. Somebody else may have ignored it and thought that the knot was going to go down. I went to the doctor, and that's how they found it. And here I'm 19 years later. By the grace of God, I am healthy. I'm a mama. I have 3 grandbabies. I'm designing hoop earrings, necklaces, bracelets, all of that good stuff. All for the ladies.
Absolutely.
And you see what she's wearing.
Sure,
You see it? I have it.
I love it.
But look, we made this especially for this event. So this is called the Book of Love. We usually have just white clear crystals, but we did purple crystals and white crystals. And we did that especially for Matee Argyle. And for the Color Purple, just paying homage to the movie The Color Purple.
And that's what I wanted to ask you about. 19 years, cancer survivor. The color purple means so much to so many people. You know, so tell us what it means.
My favorite color.
It's your favorite color. Well, you look great.
Purple means it represents courage. It represents spirituality. It just I say purple is a neutral. Like I have a nail polish, and my nail polish it's a dark purple, and it's called Simone, and it represents who I am. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm a very spiritual person. I'm very God-fearing. I love Jesus, and I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not afraid to let everybody know, because I'm here and I'm healthy for that reason, because God spared my life.
You are thriving.
And I got favor.
Yes, you got
favor. Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your collaboration with Mary J. Blige.
Oh, well, first of all, Mary's one of my besties. And when I first dropped Sis, when I launched Sis, Simone I Smith, you know, we call it Sis. When I launched it, because Mary grew up in Yonkers, you know, in New York too, we are the same age. We love big hoop earrings, so we grew up in the hip hop era. And Mary just supported me, and she was just like, "Shorty, make sure I get some earrings." So all my earrings, I would give them to her, and she would rock them. And when the time was right, when it's God's time, and when the time was right, she was like, "You know what? Let's do something together." But she was my #1 supporter from the beginning. Like, she always wore my earrings, and so it was just the right timing, and it just made sense for us, 2 girls from New York. Grew up with teenagers in the 80s. Grew up when hip hop, you know, was making the big door knocker earrings like a big deal. You know, the truck jewelry, as they used to call it back then. But it was the perfect collaboration and partnership. And I love her to pieces. That's my girl, and it just made sense. It made sense. And so now we have the fly girls, we have the queen hoops, we have the princess hoops, so it's been good.
So I'm going to be going through her collection. So these are my first pieces now.
That's right. She has Everlasting Love. And now these are one of my classic pieces, like one of the first pair of earrings that I designed, Everlasting Love. It usually has diamond dust on it, but what we did with these, we put purple crystals in here to represent today, to represent the movie. Just exactly. That's what I forgot to say earlier. Royalty. Royalty.
Well, you've been part of ours and so much of the culture. Talk to us about entrepreneurship and women and how important that is for Black women to be entrepreneurs, come up with their own business and have their own businesses, and then us support those businesses.
It's really important. I think it's important if you have a dream, if you have a dream and if you have a goal, you should go after that. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to work for somebody unless you want to. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's really important that just having a dream and having an idea. If you have it, that you dream big and you go after your dreams and you just, if you believe in it, you will manifest it. And that's what I did. I believed in it and I manifested it.
Absolutely.
By the grace of God. But I think it's super important, and I think it's important that women support women.
Absolutely, which we're doing today.
One of the reasons why me and Mary, with us doing that, was to show, because women can be very catty. Women can be
and not supportive.
And I think that we're living in a time right now that women supporting women. But I'm gonna tell you, Black women support Black women, and that's a blessing.
As you're doing today with Toshiba. I love it. Sure.
I love Toshiba. I love her store. So, yeah.
So thinking about the color purple and women supporting women, what do you do in the community that helps bring women together? Aside from the jewelry, do you ever do any outreach or have people come together and talk about your whole mission?
Well, you know what? To be honest, they call me the evangelist in my group because I know how to gather women. Like, I can gather women and it'll be no beef.
It's not about attitude. It's not about flossing. It's not about trying to put somebody down.
I just think that I'm just blessed to do that, to just gather women. But I don't do a lot out in the community, but what I do, I have an amazing Bible study group. I do a prayer breakfast once a year, and we gather together. And but I got to get out more and maybe speak more on some platforms and stuff like that. But yeah, I would just say I gather my friends. I'm always inviting somebody to come to church. So
I like it. Thank you so much.
And you're such an inspiration. We just appreciate, and you're glowing. So I love the radiance, and this is beautiful. Thanks so much. We really appreciate it.